Want to?
Okay, let's go. Welcome to DFS Uncensored, part of the Undroppables Network. Honest Abe, Nick Favor, Booner here with you on week 12, Thanksgiving delight. Dude, it is the most Thanksgiving to me, honestly, is my happiest holiday. And if we did like a rankings, like holiday rankings, Thanksgiving would easily be number one. I love Thanksgiving. I love football. I love food. I love it being perfectly socially acceptable to wear sweatpants at dinner. Guys, if you had to choose a top holiday, which would it be?
Number one holiday?
That's what I said.
For me, Christmas. I love Christmas.
It's always Christmas. Christmas is the best. Dude.
Christmas started 3 weeks ago.
100%, dude. I was just jamming some Christmas music. Dude, come on. Who are we talking about right now?
Oh,
let's go. What are we doing right here?
Let's go. This Jewish guy has no idea what Booner.
Booner brings that birdhouse out every week, and I still don't understand it. Like, I don't get it.
I thought we were doing show and tell. I bring my birdhouse.
Oh, he always thinks it's show and tell. Okay. I thought you were saying it was something Christmas related. I was like, bro, you brought it out for like Halloween.
Sometimes I think this show is a podcast, correct?
Yeah, there is an audio version as well. So if you're not
but
watching
it goes
now,
live on video on YouTube, right?
Yeah. So if you're
right now, undroppable, youtube.com/the undroppables.
you a birdhouse,
you must be watching, if nothing else, just for Booner's birdhouse. And for those of you not watching, it legitimately is a birdhouse. Like, we're not.
I built it and painted it myself.
If you're just listening, come look at our beautiful faces on YouTube.
Or my birdhouse.
Or his birdhouse. Yeah, which is not an innuendo, even
Detroit
though it
Lions
might
blue.
sound like it. Not
Hallelujah.
His actual birdhouse. Or no, I mean his actual birdhouse.
Yeah, it is actually a birdhouse. While you're there, youtube.com/theundroppables, hit that thumbs up, hit that like, hit the subscribe button. We truly appreciate it. And while you're on the interwebs, go to theundroppables.com, become a Patreon. We appreciate it. A couple bucks, every now and then wouldn't hurt you. For less than a cup of coffee a day, you can have the greatest Patreon account in the world. So don't worry about it. Just do a thing with the thing, and become a Patreon today on theundroppables.com. All the great content we have, the Undroppables Playbook, Monday Night Football Rapid Reaction Show, the Undrafted with Jax Falcone. Great articles like Mike Reedy's Moneymakers and Heartbreakers, which I think is easily Booner's favorite because it rhymes, and apparently anything that rhymes is like Booner saying. Real quick before we get into tonight's show, rest in peace, the Green Power Ranger. Booner, I know you don't know who it is, so I'm not even going to start with you. Nick, I'm sure you know who he is. Was he not your favorite Power Ranger?
Dude, when he went from Green Ranger to White Ranger was some of the best cinematography I've ever seen in life. Just amazing script writing. Really,
the acting. I amazed. No Emmys were won.
Pink Ranger was my first crush. Green Ranger was my first best friend. You know what I mean? Blue Ranger was the first guy with glasses I picked on. You know what I mean? I'm just joking. No, I loved him. Hey, rest in peace for real. Like,
me too. R.I.P.
Yeah, whatever his name is, he will always go down.
What was his name? Jack Ryan? That's
Harlow?
Oh, it's definitely not Jack Ryan. I can guarantee it's not Jack Ryan.
It's not.
I'm pretty sure it's Jack Harlow.
Jack Harlow.
It's not Jack Harlow.
Oh.
Shout out Jack Harlow.
Jack White?
Duke basketball player Jack White. Shout out him, Australia.
Yeah.
Jack White, Detroit musician. I really hope you know who that is.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely know who that is.
Yeah. Booner, shut up.
Booner, shut up. On the Undroppables Uncensored show tonight, Thanksgiving special. We have some really cool things planned for you tonight. I need to find exactly what we're talking about because I can't remember. But while I do that, let's hit our favorite segment. Stack of the week, baby.
Yeah, that's a jammer.
I love it. That music just gets me every time.
That's a good one. That's top notch.
All right. Nick, you got the standings?
Yes, I do. Abe won again last week. his picks. He's now tied for second place. He's got himself out of the cellar dweller. Travis Kelce went off on Sunday Night Football against the Chargers, and Abe catapulted to 3-6 on the season, along with me, who lost 3-6. Booner leads with 4-5 right now. So it's a game difference, and it's hard to get wins in this. Everyone's vying for one. You won, Abe. Start us out.
I did, and I am going with the stack tech.
Was that on purpose?
Was what on purpose?
The echo, the like stadium,
and I don't know why.
It was like a stadium. It was like you're like an announcer at like Ford Field.
In Ford Field. By the way, as before I give you my stack, if you will be at Ford Field for the Thanksgiving football game, come find me. I will be there. I will not be wearing these clothes. I'll be wearing a much more professional uniform as I patrol the great concourse of Ford Field, making sure you stay safe, America. But my stack of the week, Geno Smith and Kenneth Walker III against the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders are just dog crap against just everybody defensively. I don't know where Geno is going to go with the ball, honestly. I don't know if it's going to be a DK Metcalf game. I don't know if it's going to be a Tyler Lockett game. So I'm going to take every air yard, and I'm going to take every run yard for the Seattle Seahawks, and I expect a giant blowout win over the Vegas Raiders.
I like that. You've been going quarterback, running back for what, the last 3 weeks? Is that right? 2 weeks at least.
Well, I did win with Kelce last week, and he's
tight end. But okay, so what I meant to say is you haven't picked a receiver because before that was like Eckler, wasn't it? Or
yeah, and I won with him also.
Yeah,
I think
he did indeed.
It's been a while. Booner, you
could go next if you would like.
You want me to go? I'll go next, man. I'll buy you some time. I'm finally going to use my Brady Evans stack. I'm going to take them coming off their bye. I don't have anything written down, so I honestly can't remember even who they play, but they're going to whoop their ass.
Cleveland. They're in Cleveland.
Cleveland, that's exactly right. They're going to score a ton of points. Brady Evans, I'm not too worried about. Kenneth Walker and Geno. So really just had to put out just had to put out two like comparable players that can like at least score 15 points each, and I'll probably win this week. So then we're going with Brady and Evans.
Not against me. You keep forgetting about me.
I don't forget about you, buddy. What do you got?
Nobody can ever forget about Booner. Let's be real about life.
I have a pretty solid one. I saw here on the Excel sheet. It might have been Abe that just put my Excel piece there. It's highlighted right now, so he's waiting for me to say it because I'm the only one that waits until the show. I don't want anyone to steal my stack. I don't want anyone to even think about, hey, I want to go up against this guy with this guy, because that's what I do. I have something in my eye. I see who you guys go with, and then I pick because this is a weak stack of the week. Brady and Evans are probably going to have 35 points. Geno and Walker are probably going to have 35 points.
I mean, they're probably never going to play. Let's be real.
I can get an average stack here. I don't have to get into my bag and go Mahomes, Kelce, or I don't have to go Josh Allen or Stephon Diggs. I could just go Derek Carr and Devontae Adams, score 40 points with those guys, and come out of here. When you guys use that easy stack, I can just use one of the worst ones in the league, the worst team, and come out with the win over Tom Brady and Geno Smith. So Derek Carr, Devontae Adams, 40 points, easy winner. I'm going to hold off on the Kansas City Chiefs stack and the Bills as long as I can.
Well, the Bills stack is not eligible this week as they are not playing on Sunday. And Booner, you should know that. And you should be ashamed of yourself, Booner, for not even realizing that.
I knew that. I just wasn't. I was just trying to play it off. I was trying to have a good theatrics here, Abe. You completely ruined my theatrics. What are we doing here?
I definitely looked at Carr and Adams for sure. I was like, "Ooh, I like this." Who are they playing?
They're starting to get things together. Yeah, this is another week where I'm going head to head with Abe.
Yeah. Good. I'll let you guys rough each other up, and I'll just go flying in with Brady and Evans. 3 touchdowns this week for Evans. Mark my words.
All right. Denzel Ward's going to have nothing to do about that. Before we get into our main slate, just, as Thanksgiving approaches over the next couple of days, and first of all, to all of you out there, happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy yourselves. Please
Happy
be safe.
Thanksgiving, Abe.
Enjoy time with your families, or better yet, without your families. For some of you, it's a win. But what are you guys thankful for? And I only care about fantasy football players, honestly. So what are you guys thankful for as we approach this Thanksgiving week?
I'm thankful for Travis Kelce, who continuously wins like my fantasy matchups for me. All I got to do is stay competitive with everything else, and then Travis Kelce outscores their tight end on a weekly basis, and it's so great. He's the best tight end by such a big margin. The difference between your top running back and your second best running back, your top quarterback and your second best quarterback, but the difference between your tight end 1 and tight end 2 is remarkable. It's like 3-4 points a game. It's nuts. And Travis Kelce, I overreached for him in every league I was in except for freaking Scott Fish, but that's because I didn't have the option because I decided to pick in the 11th spot, which I don't know why I did that.
How did you finish in that?
Not great. Oh, not great. I gave up after I went 0-3, but I did turn around and I looked. I was 3-5 at one point, so I was like, maybe, but no, I don't know. I stopped
4-7.
What am I?
4-7.
Yeah. I don't know. But at one point I was 3-5. So you know what I mean? There was a chance. No, like I said, Scott Fish, I love that. I love it. I really do. And I want to be in it every year. But he needs to put that on like Sleeper or ESPN. It can't be on MFL. I never think about it. Never think about it. No. It's nuts. But it's Travis Kelce. He's amazing. Helped out every single one of my fantasy teams this year. I'm so thankful for him.
Booner, what are you thankful for? Besides us, of course.
Of course.
That was actually my answer. So I have to switch it here. I'm just if we're going like player wise, thankful for. I don't know if this was in the script. This is like you've hit me with the left hook here. Just give me Amon-Ra. I love Amon-Ra St. Brown. No comments any further.
Yeah, because I have none. I have nothing.
I'm thankful for Zach Wilson to be in a dumpster fire right now. Just like I called
touchdowns in the last 7 games. Oof.
Just like I called it last week that he was going to lose his job soon. I'm thankful to be right on that. That's it. And
Joe Flacco still leads the New York Jets in passing touchdowns.
So here's
Flacco.
I love before you say anything, Abe, I love how you are so
passing touchdown,
so adamant that
5.
It has nothing to do with the game, how he's playing the game. It's off the field that's his problem. You are so adamant on that. You will not admit that he is just not good.
No. Okay, I really don't want to get into this because I really want to get into our Thanksgiving stuff. One thing I'm certainly not
both
is for Zach Wilson, but we're gonna do this quickly. Hopefully. Zach Wilson had by far and away one of the worst games a quarterback can have in NFL history. There's no question about that. He was just dreadful from every aspect of it.
The first time or the second time they played New England?
The second time. The first time was pretty bad too. He had a much better game than the second time.
He saw through 3 picks and saw ghosts. He wasn't seeing nothing out there.
Sam Darnold who saw ghosts. But
what's the difference between the two quarterbacks right now?
All right, let's hold on. Let's bring
Sam Darnold's a little bit better. Okay, go ahead.
All right.
Hey, I'm gonna remove myself from the Zach Wilson conversation.
Yeah, it's the smart thing to do because the Jets average 2 inches every single play. Or
Can I say? It's terrible. All right, Zach Wilson is a second-year quarterback that has only played 20 games. I still think on the field he has the skills and the athletic ability to actually be a productive quarterback. That being said, what he said after the game when asked, do you take responsibility to your defense for losing that game? And he said no. That one word, those 2 letters ended his career because there's no chance now that he can go into the locker room and they have any respect for him whatsoever. You are the quarterback of this team. It is on you no matter what, whether you really feel it or not. It is your responsibility to say, yeah, that's on me. I need to be better. We hear it all the time. How many quarterbacks that don't lose, that don't have the worst dog shit days say, I need to be better, right? He has to go and say, I need to be better. And if if he starts on Sunday, there's only one way that happens, because if he plays and doesn't do anything, he doesn't say anything in the locker room and he plays, the entire locker room not only loses respect for him, but loses respect for the coaching staff. So if he's the starter on Sunday and going forward, to me, that says there was a closed door meeting inside the locker room between him and everybody else on the team. And he truthfully apologized, not only for the way he's been playing, because that's just part of the game, but for his actions and his attitude towards the team and towards the game. And if he doesn't do that, he will never play in the NFL again. I truly, truly believe that. So we'll know Sunday. We'll know this week. Either he apologizes and he's on the field with them and they have his back, in which case we move forward from this. And if he doesn't play Sunday, I don't see how you ever go back to him and you have to cut ties and start over, and Jimmy G will be our quarterback.
All right. Well, first of all, I don't think Jimmy G is leaving the 49ers anytime soon.
He's a free agent. He's a free agent. There's no way
he will be back with the San Francisco 49ers. He's going to be there, in my opinion, for the next year. I think that they're I don't understand why originally they got rid of him. He kept bringing them to the NFC Championship game. He just wins games. And I don't see him leave the 49ers, letting him go after realizing what he's doing right now with that team. He's a winner. Opposite side of Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson, he might have some skill sets that was awesome through the draft process, and it was awesome at BYU. And sometimes it shows glimpses of awesome in the NFL, but he will never do that consistently in the NFL. And I'm pretty adamant on that. It has to do with his leadership. It has to do with, I think, size. It has to do with a lot of different things. I think he does. You're right. He has skills to do things like that and make great plays. He's not going to do it in the NFL consistently through his career. And it's just not, our job is to think and see different ways and different options of players on teams. I don't see him going to any other team in the league and being successful.
No team's going to have respect for him.
I could not see him being successful. Abe, you can't tell me that he does have the skill set. You can't tell me that he's ever going to be consistent with that and have he'll never have a full season.
Got to give it that time. I think time can heal all wounds, but time can help him improve.
I don't think so. I think in 2 years we're going to keep looking, and he's going to be in the same position. And at that point, you can't say time. So that's where I'm at. Is I just don't think even time can make him play at a high level for what he needs to do as a starting quarterback in the NFL. He has the skill set.
You can't pull the trigger on him yet. You just did it with Sam Darnold. You just can't do it. Now you are officially in the ride or die situation. And the thing is that Zach Wilson just beat the Buffalo Bills. And right. Buffalo Bills are the team to beat. That is your Super Bowl if you have them on your schedule. And the Jets won that Super Bowl game against them. Just as if the Lions win on Thursday and we beat the Bills, we're burning fucking couches. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we are fucking rioting. And that's how the Jets should react, because the Jets have been dealing with fucking Christian Hackenberg and fucking terrible quarterbacks.
Bad Geno Smith, bad Mark Sanchez.
It's terrible. So realistically, Zach has won himself time with that win against the Bills. Not a lot.
It's still a 6-4 team. It's still a 6-4 team where they went into Pittsburgh, they went into Green Bay, they beat Buffalo and Miami. Those are good, really good quality wins. But I want to get off it because
we could go all night on this Jets team, man.
So what am I thankful for? I'm thankful for Josh Allen, the number one quarterback consistently week in, week out. But we only have a few minutes left because Thanksgiving. Who's hungry? I'm hungry. And let's talk about the Thursday. I mean, I'm fat. You don't maintain this shape without trying. Let's be real about it. The Thursday slate. That's what we're going to focus on tonight. The Thanksgiving slate. It's a great thing. The history of football on Thanksgiving is such a great thing. Adding the third game really changed the element of DFS, where you can now choose between 3 games to really set an interesting lineup. So let's start with our main course. Let's start with our turkey. Everyone has turkey on Thanksgiving, and you build around your turkey, right? So, guys, who is that guy? Who is your turkey? Who is that main high-priced superstar player that you're building your entire rosters around? Booner wants to go first because his hand is raised.
Yeah, no, I think it's an easy answer. I mean, if you're talking about high price, no matter a limit, if you're not looking at anything, I think it's easy answer is Josh Allen, right? Like he's the main course of Thursday football, Thanksgiving football this season is Josh Allen. $8,000. I know that's a lot, but when you're looking at it, you could probably get some lower guys to kind of level that out. I do like Josh Allen, especially versus Detroit, the 32nd worst team against quarterbacks. I just think he has a big game. I wish I would have given you a clip to throw up there, the one of him just eating the turkey leg last year, because he's the turkey. He's the main course. He's the turkey leg. That's Josh Allen. If you're going to do that on Thanksgiving, you have to go Josh Allen, right? Am I wrong?
No, I don't think you're wrong. It's
Okay.
it's very easy to pick Josh Allen. I went with Steph Diggs. You might as well try to stack him too.
Yep,
I mean,
yep.
The reason I went with that is because I think you can find that Jared Goff is going to put up a pretty good, decent game possibly against Buffalo, maybe by trailing a lot. The New England game, that's going to be a wash. That's going to be such a low-scoring, miserable game. Avoid almost everyone from that freaking game. Dallas, Dallas, New England, is that right? Minnesota,
Dallas Giants.
Dallas and the Giants.
Dallas Giants.
New England,
Minnesota, New England. Okay, yeah. I don't want anyone off of New England.
And I don't want anyone from Minnesota either, because are we forgetting? That's a primetime game, and I know Booner just said how great Kirk Cousins is in primetime last week. He was adamant that just because it's a 4:00 start, it's okay. That's prime. That's when
I would like to make a statement.
He even said he went on record saying that it was his prime time. He said when it's 4:00, it's Kirk's prime time.
Yeah, we didn't take into account daylight savings and all those different things.
Yes.
So I think we need to put that on the record.
We don't live in Arizona. We do.
Yep, he was still a little confused on that. He was confused on just different. There was different things. They might have there might be an hour behind us, I believe. There's couple different things to take into account there. 1:00 games, yep. 4:20, I guess you can say prime time, but when you're in Minnesota and daylight savings hit a couple weeks ago, then that's where we start getting into a little bit of a gray area.
Yeah. Damn farmers.
Well done, Booner. I think it had to do with the fact that it was the only game on TV, and therefore
who's your turkey, Abe?
Yeah, let's hear your turkey.
I mean, you guys already said it. It's
Zach Wilson.
Now figure out Zach Wilson. Shut the fuck up. That was the funniest thing I heard all day. Breece Hall.
Right? I'd recommend not playing Breece Hall this week. But yeah, it's Josh Allen. I mean, the Lions are the worst offense against quarterbacks, despite the fact that Josh Allen didn't have a great week this week. They still scored 30-plus points. I mean, this is going to be a primetime game for him. And honestly, not only Steph Diggs, but I love Gabe Davis in primetime games. I don't know what it is. It's the deep threat with Allen to Davis, and I absolutely love it for this week. What were you gonna say?
I was just saying I would love you to go first next time so you don't steal mine.
Yeah. Also, we're talking about like the Detroit Lions, man. We Aaron Rodgers 9 points, Daniel Jones 18 points, Justin Fields 30 points. Well, man, we're gonna kill Josh Allen. He is gonna get like 6 points. Don't put Josh Allen in your lineup.
That's a homer pick. Just don't listen to it.
Don't go do it, boys. I'm telling you,
the Lions are gonna win the game, but Josh Allen's gonna have 30 points, and so will Jared Goff.
Yeah, but Jared Goff will have 30 points for $4,000 cheaper. Anyways, let's move on to the stuffing.
Okay, the stuffing is the guys in my mind where, they're integral, right? You need the stuffing. You can't just have turkey. You need the stuffing, whether it's stuffing or mashed potatoes.
I love stuffing.
And I'm a big mashed potatoes guy. I love
stuffing. Stuffing's number one. Ham
stuffing is so fucking good, and I only have it in turkey.
You can fill a plate of 6 pieces of ham and 4 scoops of stuffing and a scoop of mac and cheese. That's a good Thanksgiving dinner.
I like gravy all over. I like it all on the plate, and then gravy over everything, and then I just like start swirling it up in my bowl, and then
end the whole meal with a pumpkin pie or a pecan pie.
Yeah. Booner, way to foreshadow how our next
what a good foreshadow.
Nick just
teaser alert. Yeah, I know. I'm hungry now. Yeah,
I'm really hungry. But our mashed potatoes are stuff, guys that are integral to your team, but not the main course, right? So who are the guys? And I kind of brought mine up. Mine is Gabe Davis at $5,300. A guy that has to be in my lineup. I think he's going to have a monstrous game. And I'd like to put another guy out there. How about
cut that. Booner.
Come on, I had you go first that time, so you didn't steal mine.
He's never gone first in his life. He didn't know what to do. We give him.
He stole mine.
Away
stole
from
mine,
the
and then he's trying to steal both of ours.
Right. We all had to learn that, though. We've all thrown out 3 answers and then been like, shit, you're right. We just stole everyone's answers. So, no, it's understandable.
All right. My apologies. Nick, you can go second. Booner has to go last.
Jamal Williams leads the NFL in touchdowns. Jamal Williams just had 3 touchdowns last week. Jamal Williams is the funniest guy in the Detroit Lions. Jamal Williams is the stuffing of our turkey day. He is not our main course, but he is essential to have in your lineup. Get Jamal Williams.
Booner, what about you? What's your
so you guys have some different price things here, so I don't know what price I can go up to and kind of go down to. I have a couple here that I love. First one that I love Gabe Davis. That's my pick. I'm just kidding. I just wanted to take Gabe's. No, I do. There's 2 guys I do like. I'm stuck in the middle now. I don't know which way to go with this.
Stuck in the middle.
So I don't know. 6,600, is that too much?
You started out with nothing, and you promised you're a self-made man. Yeah, Booner does not know that song, but Abe definitely knows that song.
Is $6,600 too much?
Because I know the whole Zach Wilson thing was going on. Was Stacy's mom not just constantly going through your head?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, absolutely, it was for sure.
God.
Fountain Run finally was like, "This is our moment."
Booner, do you know what Stacy's mom is?
Stacy's mom's got it going on.
Yeah, he does. 6,600, not too high.
Okay, so he's the fourth receiver in the lineups for that 6,600. Amon-Ra St. Brown. I've already talked about him before. He's going up against the 24th. I know everyone loves the Bills, but they're the 24th worst defense versus receivers in fantasy. So I think he has a big game. You talked about it last week, Nick. He gets probably right now 12 targets a game. I don't have the exact stats, but it feels like that. Like last week at halftime, I think he had 7 receptions for 60 yards, it felt like. So I think if you get him at 6,600, instead of going at a CeeDee Lamb of 7,000 plus, Stephon Diggs 8,000 plus, Justin Jefferson 8,000 plus, take $2,000 off and go get Amon-Ra. You get the same amount of points. In my opinion, especially in this game, it's going to be a high scoring game. Bills are going to be scoring a ton. Lions have to keep up. I don't think the defense is going to stop the Bills. Excuse me. Sorry. I was getting excited there, but I think he gets 20 plus points there. So that's where I'm rolling with Amon-Ra and Gabe Davis. I'll take it.
I hope that game finishes 6-3. That'd be just amazing.
No, it won't. I'd put money on it. You can make a bet.
I don't expect it to. I just said I hope it does. It'd be fun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I have one more because I want to stay away from the Bills Lions game, which seems to be the only game we've been talking about. But how about Zeke
Only
Elliott?
game that matters.
Shut up, bro. Zeke Elliott against the Giants at $5,800. He scored 2 touchdowns coming back last week. He's shown that he's going to still get a good chunk of the carries. Tony Pollard is going to get his, but Zeke's still going to get his, and he's the clear goal line guy. And against a Giants team that is okay, just had a really, really bad run game, especially in the goal line against your Lions. Right, Nick, you just mentioned Jamal Williams putting up 3 tuds, and DeAndre Swift had another one inside the 10. Zeke's going to get all those touches, and primetime Zeke is something that should always be in your lineup. I'm glad everyone agrees. You guys have any before we move on to
Zeke so much I don't like to talk about him. But
yeah, dude, it just doesn't tickle my feathers to hear Zeke, to throw Zeke in my lineup. There's just something about it right now that
last week. I'm just saying.
Yeah. But you are banking on touchdowns where Tony Pollard gives you yards. Don't go banking on touchdowns. But in DFS, in a 3-game thing, you almost kind of have to bank on touchdowns. So yeah, it's a good
value-wise. I would say yes. The price you're going to get him at. Yeah.
I just won't ever put him in my lineup because I got a vendetta against him.
All right, you guys have any more mashed potatoes, mac and cheese?
Well,
stuff?
I do want to comment one more time on that. Is if you're going to take Zeke, you might as well take DeAndre Swift. In my opinion, he's cheap. He's cheaper.
Well,
I mean,
I'd rather
no,
the
because
goal.
again, you're trying to bank on touchdowns.
Yeah,
And
but DeAndre Swift,
think,
he
man,
didn't
no
get one
touchdown.
last week, but they're going to be in the red zone, and they're going to give him an op. Like DeAndre Swift, even with
Are
Jamal
they?
Williams,
Justin Jackson outsnapped DeAndre Swift last
but
week.
that's just with the injury situation. Like if he gets back,
It's
like
just gonna get any better.
all right, let's make this deal here,
dude.
Should we
Swift
make
ain't
this
running right
Let's
now.
make this deal here. We'll figure something out. I think DeAndre Swift has more points than Jamal Williams.
I'll put it in the start.
Jamal
Oh,
Williams.
it won't be in the start sit. All right. I mean, extra credit, start sit. Who you got? Jamal Williams or DeAndre Swift?
DeAndre Swift.
Williams.
I'm going Jamal Williams for sure. So
no, not Jamal Williams. Wait, no. You guys completely messed that up. Zeke Elliott. It was Zeke or DeAndre Swift.
Hold on. I get what he's saying, but
Jamal Williams is going to have more fantasy points.
Booner, you did say Jamal Williams and Swift, but
I messed that up. Then you know what I was trying to say.
Zeke and Swift.
Zeke Swift.
I can't take that bet. I don't. Okay, we're just doing extra credit. All right,
we're just seeing. We'll come back to this next week.
I'll go Zeke too. I'm with Abe.
All right, fellas. We'll see.
All right, let's move on to dessert before we wrap this Thanksgiving special up. For dessert, I know we're all pumpkin pie lovers. I also love a good sweet apple pie. Love apple pie, actually. It's probably my one-on-one of all pies over pumpkin. Real talk. But what's that dessert? What's that last missing piece of your dinner, of your lineup that has to be in there? That guy, that low-priced guy, maybe under $5,000 or so, that is going to sneak in your lineup and just be the chef's kiss on top of everything.
So I'm gonna start this one off because I don't think I've started yet. Also, if you guys have the cojones to finish off like Turkey Day and then get into this dessert and eat something that isn't pie, eat the pumpkin Swiss roll cake. You know what I mean? Like those little Swiss rolls that you get at like the gas station or whatever. But larger pumpkin form, it's the best thing ever. But it's so bready, it's so filling. Like normally you can't eat that much, and that's why pie is great after a big Thanksgiving day because pie slides right down, dude. Dalton Schultz. We were talking way too much about Buffalo and Detroit. There's going to be points scored in the other games. There will be. I know we look at these matchups and we're like, blah, blah, blah. And New England, really, that game's just going to suck because Damian Harris and Ramondre Stevenson are going to touch the ball 40 times combined. So I don't like that. But this damn Giants and Cowboys game will have points scored. Dalton Schultz is on the lower end at like 3,800 or something like that. Get him. He's a great tight end. Also, there's no tight ends out there right now. If you're going to bank on Hawkinson, I don't think so. So we'll get Schultz and at least shore up that tight end spot.
Yeah, the tight end position in a 3-game slate is incredibly minimal. The guy I'm going with Adam Thielen, $4,900. I got a feeling for Thielen. I like that. Kirk Cousins, I don't think is going to have a great game, but I'm hoping at $4,900, Bill Belichick says I'm going to take Justin Jefferson completely out of this game, and it opens up a couple things for Adam Thielen. Maybe he goes, 7 for 70 type of game, and at that price point, getting 2x on my investment, I'm pretty comfortable with that. I don't think he's not going to have a 10 for 130 in 2 game, but at that price, if I can get 7 for 70 and maybe sneak one in, I think that's a huge win at $4,900. Booner, what's your pumpkin pie?
My pumpkin pie. I love pumpkin pie with.
Hey, but you're my pumpkin pie.
No, Robert Saleh is his pumpkin pie.
Don't be hating on Robert Saleh. You can say all you want about Zach Wilson. Robert Saleh's a stud.
I want to.
Saint.
Hold on, I'm in between two guys right now, and maybe I should say them both to see what.
Say both them, Booner.
So I'm sitting here. I'm in between right now, Jacoby Myers and Darius Slayton. I think they're both
big. Slayton's a real good pick.
Yeah, and that was why originally I'm with him. I've been Jacoby Myers, but Jacoby Myers has had some lower level games to where he's been under 10 points a lot. And it shows he averages 14 per game, but that's early in the season. I believe he kind of had a couple big games. I'm going to go Slayton. I think Slayton's going to have a big game versus Dallas. I think he needs to, and they need that bounce back after losing to the Lions here versus Dallas, which Dallas does have a good defense, but I still think Slayton, like him and Saquon, are the only two guys that do anything on that team, in my opinion. So I think if you can get him sitting at 5,000, just 100 more than Abe's Adam Thielen, probably have a better dessert than Abe does.
Damn, bro, that's messed up.
I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
That's messed up, Booner. Nick, you got anything before we wrap up tonight's show?
Go Lions. We're gonna win on Turkey Day.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. That's all we got for DFS Uncensored tonight. Thank you all for listening. Don't forget, hit the like, hit the subscribe. We appreciate it. Go to undroppables.com, youtube.com/theundroppables. Happy Thanksgiving to all, and we are out of here. See ya. What is Booner got? Oh my God.